Hey, Bessie's coming here with a little bit of a late update. So I spent a lot of my time working on Numbers Go Up convention. So I wanted to bring the community together, and it was a lot of fun, which meant that YouTube kind of fell to the wayside. I know some of you guys watch all my videos. Appreciate you, besties, um, and I'm having a great time. I'm just super busy with that for like 3 days, and I started grad school, so I have to do stuff every week with that. Very excited about that. Um, more about that later when I get more into it. But anyway, so wanted to go over June. Um, I think I finally cracked the code again. So every time I go through like a little upheaval in my life, a little bit of change, like now it's summer and my kids are out of school, I have to make a change. So something I'm learning is attention economy, right? And also activated energy and like thinking about like when the time is that you can actually do the thing. So I just went for a walk for an hour and like a madman, I dictated some of my notes for my book. I dictated like 2 chapters. It was a good walk, nice and easy, kept me going. And bit of cardio. I wasn't pushing myself too hard because I was obviously talking, dictating my notes. Um, but so for those of you that are not aware, I used to be a CrossFit coach, and it used to be like the way I paid the bills, right? So like that was how I made my money. Um, go up in the gym, coach people in the morning, or I was always the morning coach because I'm a morning person. Um, and lately I've been getting away from that. I've got 2 things to do in the evenings. On Sundays I do D&D, and on Tuesdays I do Here to Improve. Um, and like lately I've been falling asleep at 9 p.m. no matter what I do. So today's gonna be a long day for me. It's Tuesday. You're invited to go to Here to Improve. We are improving Here to Improve with feedback. And I think that it's a really fun thing because it hits a bunch of things together. So the expectation is that you, the author, or you, a potential narrator, you come in, or even as an audience member, you come in and you listen as we kind of dictate, or we kind of like a table read of somebody's stuff as a live action, right? As we do it, each person has like a character voice. Um, we do kind of prefer dialogue heavy stuff, but that is because it's audio and we have a full cast and we're all here and we're having a good time, right? But you know, obviously, there's sometimes that we narrate stuff that's just like a single voice, just a narration. The point of it is that you can't get your stuff read unless you finished your stuff, right? And then we are happy to read it. Maybe not like we're not gonna read like 4 chapters of your stuff at once, but we'll read like a chapter, give you some feedback, and then in some cases we'll be like, hey, come back to us in 2 weeks, come back to us in 1 week with this, all right? And a lot of the feedback is designed to make the work better or to make you as a person, as a writer, author better. We don't do a lot of feedback about the narration style because we're all amateurs and we're all having a good time. But yeah, there's a lot of feedback about like how to improve, and like just by listening to it, like you can. And I think that eventually we're going to move to streaming it, but then they have to deal with rights, and I don't want to have to deal with rights because I understand how that works. So there had to be like a lot of people signing that they're okay with this, and then we'd have to be able to take it down. So I'm going to talk about why I was CrossFit coach, right? So like having that time set aside to do that thing. Like I used to be the guy that opened the gym at 5 a.m. so people could do the 5 a.m. class. Right now I am the guy that needs a 5 a.m. class at the 5 a.m. whatever. It's on my 5 a.m. walk. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I did it, and it was a good walk, right? And I suggest if you're a morning person to take advantage of that. Lean into the time that you can. I set a time to do my writing. It's in the morning. It's done. I'll do my editing later. I set that time, and I'm holding myself to that time, right? Because that's the only time I have that I'm uninterrupted. And now I've done my 2,000 words, done a chapter and a half. I feel great. I don't have to worry about that. It's to get posted today, or scheduled today, right? Because I woke up early and did it, crushed it, right? So I have a specific goal. I'm going to write for an hour and a half, an hour. I'm going to write during this time frame. That's the main thing. Whether I walk or not depends on the weather, right? I have to exercise. I'm going to exercise at lunch. That's the only time I'm going to exercise, from noon to 1. I don't really count this as exercise. It's just like a fun walk. Um, and I got myself a nice little go-ruck bag that I can put weight in, so it can be more of a fitness thing. Today I didn't bring any weight. I just brought water, because I know I was going to go for like an hour and a half because I got out early. The more time you give yourself, the more notice, the easier it's going to be. So think about yourself, how that works, and then long term, like, is this working for me? Right? A lot of writing, a lot of creative process is like, does this work for me? And if it's not working for you, then cut it out. Don't do it. And I'm going to leave you with this. My friend Code Sunrise, Kara Ward is her author name. Her Kickstarter just funded on Sunday, and that's my other alarm. We helped her on Saturday, so basically me. And I'm thinking about doing a Kickstarter mentorship thing. So I'll probably announce it here, but if I do, it'll be like heavily like it'll be on Discord. It'll be behind like a trusted thing, because that is a kind of thing where like you have to have a lot of trust. But if you want to know about Kickstarter, I'll probably do a video on that next. It's not that difficult, but my main gripe with the author Kickstarter community was that it was only on Facebook, and now there's a Kickstarter Discord server, but you had to have a project to do it. So fun. Yeah. Anyway, so stay tuned. I'm working on my second Kickstarter soon. And then my recommendation for you is to see if you can get a copy of this. This is the Dungeon Crawler Carl graphic novel. This was, it cost $20, but somebody sold it to me for $5. And I was like, I will buy that for $5. And it is very fun. And since I'm learning how to draw manga, I thought that I would get this, and I love it. I'm gonna go read through it with the eye at the art, with an eye on the art. But it's very faithful to the thing, and I know that the author had his hands in it. So, Dungeon Crawler Carl, the graphic novel. Second one's gonna come out in November. I'll buy that when it comes out there. It's only $20. So besties, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm just working on stuff, and things are flowing. So keep it up.